What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, give it a like on the video. Let's get right back into it. NBA is back. NBA is back. So, continue with the daily series of the NBA playoffs. Gonna get right into it, alright? So, first game today, we got Orlando Magic versus the Milwaukee Bucks. This was a must-win for the Magic in order to try to stay in. But like I predicted before, like they were either gonna get swept or they would maybe get one. They got one, and that's it. So all you Magic fans out there, all you people out there who are Magic fans that was blowing up about the Magic, oh, we gonna take it now. No, you're not. You never were. Not at all. You weren't even close. One game. That's all it was. Honestly. So, I mean, Magic have a lot to work on. I feel like they have too many big men. I feel like there's just too much going on. They have Jonathan Isaac, who's always injured. You have Mo Bamba, who Lord knows where he's at. Who else you got? Oh, you got Vooch, who Vooch is good. And Vooch will probably end up leaving. Even though I think he signed a deal, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know too much about like their contract situations. But still, Vooch, he's really good. He had 22 and 15 today. Fournier finally stepped up, you know. Got something going, had 18, Fultz had 14. Fultz is doing pretty good. I feel like though he shouldn't be a starter. Well, for the Orlando Magic, he should be the starter, but anywhere else, I don't think he'll like go on and be a starter unless he improves even more. But we just have to wait and see. He is young still, so we just have to wait. But I mean, like I said, Magic had a lot of injuries as well. They had Gordon, even though I wouldn't think that would make much of a difference against the Bucks, because I feel like Gordon is inconsistent. Isaac is always hurt anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Like, I think the Magic is just trash. That's what it is. Vooch needs to get out of there. Vooch, like, he's been doing work, but it ain't working. Like, I don't know, Magic have to do something. They have to get a little bit more players in. I don't know how they're gonna fall into the draft. So we'll just have to wait and see for the Magic. And the thing with the Magic is it's a small market team. So it's not like in Florida you have the Heat, which is the larger market compared to Orlando, which is a smaller market. So therefore, Miami intrigues more people than Orlando, which is understandable, you know. I mean, it's what it is. Like, and they just do stupid signings. They do. Like, they have people, they get rid of them. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And this is where they're at. Like, yeah, they made the playoffs, but the East is so weak, it's easy for them to they should make the playoffs. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the next step for the Magic is, to be completely honest. But get right into the Bucks. The Bucks put in work. Giannis had 28, 17 rebounds. Middleton had 21, 10. Lopez had 16 and 7. They play the Heat the next round. So, Miami versus the Bucks. I will get more into that into a later video, but I believe that's going to be a great series. Now, Bucks, this ain't the Magic, all right? This is the true team that runs Florida right here in the Miami Heat, okay? And they come into play. You ain't got to deal with just Vooch. This time you got to deal with Jimmy Buckets. You got to deal with Bam Bam. You got to deal with Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Dragic. You have a lot of guys to deal with. It's not just one dude. It's multiple people. And we gritty. We like to grind. We play physical. Y'all need to be ready for that. Especially you, Giannis. Like, I know you a big dude. You like to, but we gonna hit you. We gonna get you, bro. Olynyk, all them boys down there. We gonna get you, dog. Like, it's gonna be a great series. This series could go 7. I mean, like I said, I'll get into it more detailed later on. Like, I'll start breaking down the matchups and what I think will happen, but for sure, like, that's gonna be a great series. I like that matchup a lot. I'm not gonna lie. And of course, I got the Heat winning, maybe in 7, but we'll see. Next game, OKC versus Houston. Houston, Russ came back. Didn't I say? I said he was gonna come back. He came back. He didn't have a great game. He only had 7, 6, and 7. He shot 3 of 13. And I'm pretty sure he just kept shooting, but that's the system anyway, so it makes sense. But it's entertaining to watch. That's why my last video, like I said, Russ is one of the most entertaining guys for me to watch. Like, it's just pure entertainment. like the way he plays. And even though he didn't have a crazy game or nothing like that, he's still like high motor, everything, same energy, and I feel like that helped Houston. I mean, Houston won 114-80. Come on. Shai only had 4. Paul only had 16. Schroeder had 19. Like, these guys need to step up. Like, Gordon had 20. Covington had 22, and then Harden had 31. Now, just imagine if West actually would have went off. If Westbrook actually would have went off. Come on, man. Like, you guys got to step it up. Shai, you can't keep playing like that. Schroeder's doing work. Paul needs to play a little bit better. Adams isn't playing too bad, but it's just that small ball is just, they're so quick and everything like that. We have to see what happens with PJ Tucker. He did headbutt Schroeder. You know, they got into it a little bit, and then he just came up behind him and headbutted him. Stupid move on his part. Hopefully he only gets, like, it's nothing, maybe a fine. He don't get suspended or nothing. And if it is suspension, maybe it is just 1 game. But we'll see how that works out, and hopefully he's not more than that, because the Rockets have a chance to close out the series the next game, which will be on Monday. So they will have a chance to close out the series, or OKC could tie this up and force a game 7, which I'm hoping they do. I still got OKC like going, winning, but with Russ coming back, it kind of changes everything. My prediction was if Russ wasn't playing, OKC should win this series. But now that Russ is back, it changes everything. It gives the Rockets more energy, gives them even more speed on the court and more tempo to push the ball up and down the court. Only on offense, but on defense, because Russ will get a defensive rebound and just take it straight down the court. And then more likely than not, he'll either go up for the layup or he'll just pass it out and there's a wide open 3. And that's Houston's game. Just live by the 3, die by the 3. So we have to see. It should be hopefully a good one. That's how kind of the games have been. But mostly on Houston's part, like they'll blow out OKC, and then OKC the next game will come and win, and then the same thing will happen again. So hopefully it stays like that, but then hopefully the game 7 is not a blowout. They just need to be more competitive and try to lock in more on defense. Maybe try putting Andre Roberson in there. I know he's not great, but he's good on length and defense. So maybe putting him in there will help him out. But like I said, it's hard to say because the Rockets are such like a spread out team. They are a small ball, but we'll just have to wait to see on Monday. I mean, it's a great series, so this is one that I am excited about. Last one, Portland versus the Lakers. Man, it was a good game actually. It was actually a really good game, way closer than I expected. I thought the Lakers would blow them out, especially with Dame not being there. But CJ held his own. CJ had 36, 6, and 7. Melo had 27. Trent had 16. Nurkic had 16 and 10. These boys held it down. I feel like Portland is they're just like, they get so many injuries that it just hurts them. Like Collins was out, Dame was out this game. Like it just hurts them so much. Granted, they were down 3-1, but still, like so many factors came into play for this team, and it happens every year. They always have too many injuries. So hopefully next year they could come back healthier, and then maybe even bring back Melo, and then maybe have another piece added in there, maybe to the bench or something like that. They could have Rodney Hood back. I think Trevor Ariza, hopefully he comes back, and that'll be more of a team. And I feel like they'll be able to do better next year. And I mean, you still have Dame and CJ; they're not going nowhere. But I believe bringing Melo back is going to be a key, especially like if you plug in Trevor to start instead of him, and then have Melo come off the bench to be that scorer off the bench. But you got to see, because they don't really have a scorer off the bench. Usually, if Dame goes out, CJ stays in for a little bit longer, and then vice versa. They'll put in Dame in. Like, it's rare that CJ and Dame go on the bench at the same time. You know what I mean? So we just have to wait and see with that team. Portland has been like a great series. I loved watching them play. They had a great bubble. They fought back hard. I can't wait for next year to see what they do. They're always an intriguing team with Dame and all the boys to watch, especially if they get Melo back. That's going to be really great. And hopefully they just stay healthy. That's the key part for the Blazers, is to stay healthy. So hopefully they keep it going. Lakers, what more is there to say? Braun had a triple-double, 36, 10, and 10. AD snapped for 43, 9, and 4. KCP was shooting good. He had 14. I still don't understand why they're not playing JR and Dion as much. Like, especially, I think in the next round they're gonna need them a little bit more, especially for scoring. Even if it's against OKC or the Rockets, but especially against the Rockets, because that matchup is going to be very, very, very interesting with, you know, Harden, Westbrook, and all that stuff. And then the only thing is, I think the key part is going to come down to the bench, because Houston's bench, it's okay. Like, they got Austin and them boys, but they haven't got like a true scorer to come off the bench and like just kill them. And that's what I think the Lakers need to start playing Smith and Dion more, to have someone who get their shot. Now, if you could play Smith or Dion at the 1, Smith at the 2, Kuz at the 3, and then Dwight at the 5 and Morris at the 4. It's not bad. Like, coming off the bench, they just need to be more efficient. That's the only problem with, especially those 3 in the backcourt with Dion, JR, and Kuz. They're not really consistent at all. So that's the problem that falls within that. But I think they'll figure it out. No, I want to see those guys play. I honestly do. Like, I like Dion when he played for Miami, even though he had some issues, things like that. But I did like he's a go-getter. Like, he will go get his own bucket, and that's what the Lakers need off the bench. Like, Kuz does the same thing. Kuz be thinking he is Kobe, and he just be chucking up shots for some odd reason, and it doesn't make no sense. But I believe plugging in Dion in there, and then we all know JR gets rolling. Ain't no stopping that, man. Like, he'll keep wetting them threes up, and I believe that's what they need. They need shooting. That's the biggest weakness on the LA Lakers team, is their shooting. 3-point shooting, to be exact. So as long as KCP's hitting his shots in the starting unit, Danny Green, yo, we need to get that Danny Green from when he was hitting them, like he broke the record against the Miami in the finals, hitting all them threes and things like that throughout the whole playoffs. Like, we need that Danny Green back. This one, like, yeah, he's playing good D, but like, he needs to get back in the rhythm. So you got you get him going. He's doing way better than that one game that he went 0 for 9 with like 29 minutes of gameplay. Like, fam, he ain't doing that no more. So he's doing way better, especially with the threes. So, but like I said, I believe a key part is to play Dion or JR. But that next round is gonna be good. We gotta wait and see who they will play. They'll be able to break it down a little bit more and see that matchup. But as far as that, I mean, it was 3 good games. All of them pretty much closeout games, except the OKC and Rockets game. But it was a good day to bring back basketball again, you know. So I'm excited for the next games. I think tomorrow, who plays tomorrow? I'm not sure who plays tomorrow, to be completely honest. I think Toronto plays their game against Celtics. They should be playing their game. I don't think there's nobody in the East left, because then Miami don't play the Bucks probably till like Tuesday, I'm guessing. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, man, I mean, great games for basketball. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys have any comments, let me know. What you guys think about the games that are going come back on? What is your predictions for the next rounds and stuff like that for the teams? All right, catch you guys later. If you guys like what you see, hit that sub button, hit that like button. Bum Nation, we out.